And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
Leonard playing extremely well. He's got 16 points, and he's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Clark, just a very energetic brand of defense.
Steph, Clay, and Dre on the perimeter. Maurice Spates out there with Draymond Green. That's the Warriors' 5. It's Iguodala with the drive. Great D that time from Leonard.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Now here's Bledsoe after the miss from Andre Iguodala. Bledsoe kicks to Leonard. From the arc. Offensive rebound. Jordan. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
DeAndre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
Free throw good, Jordan.
And watching DeAndre Jordan, he's really refined his game over the years without losing the athleticism. He's that rubbery, long-limbed athlete that transcends age. And so far, I've seen 0 drop-off in his leaping ability and quickness, but no question he's improved his skills and IQ.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And talking about DeAndre Jordan, he is displaying an energy level that many scouts wondered if he had. Let's face it, he underachieved a bit in his 1 year in college. He knows that. But when it's come time to do it at the highest level, DeAndre has risen to the occasion. What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute it.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. And it's Bledsoe off the drive.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And the thing about Eric Bledsoe, he's an absolutely terrific athlete. Insane athletic ability, his speed with the ball, especially Greg in the open court. Remarkable.
Yeah, and when he gets a full head of steam, look out. He goes beast mode, if you will, on the basketball floor. He really, truly is like a running back in the open field.
Talking about Bledsoe, one area where he has to improve his turnovers. He averaged over 3.5 turnovers a game. You can't be a championship point guard if you're not squeezing the arm.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Excellent team play there on the pick, and then he ripped it down.
Now, here's George. 8 points for him. Ibaka sets the pick for Bledsoe. Ibaka outside. Off target from three-point range.
And thinking a little bit more about Eric Bledsoe, yes, he could be more efficient, but his combination of points, assists, and rebounds per game is outstanding. If he focuses in and listens to his coaches, we could be talking about him in the upper echelon of point guard.
Outside, George. Ibaka outside. Jordan the screen. Outside Leonard. From the wing. Los Angeles with another miss. Warriors trail by 19. Thompson outside. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 6th assist on the night.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D. You know, the league going to more ball movement, more outside shooting, less isolation play, and those are all natural fits for the talents of Klay Thompson, who's great moving off the ball, and we know he can stroke it from long range.
Here is Bledsoe. He's got 11. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Ibaka dishes to George. Pass to Leonard. It's tipped. Shot clock at 5. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Leonard's got 4 points now in the quarter. Well, Greg, for Thompson, a hard-working defender. You were talking about it. Do you think Clark, his offensive style, frees him up to put more energy into defense?
Well, it could be. I mean, he's extremely smooth. He's uber smooth in how he operates. He doesn't have to drive the lane and absorb a lot of contact to get his shot off, and he's quick and efficient with his offense, so that does leave him more energy for the defensive end.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr was going over with his team. He made sure that everyone was on the same page and that the offense needed to run through Stephen Curry. Coach asked him directly to take the reins of their offense. He wants him to have a huge impact at that end of the floor for the rest of this game. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
And thank you for that, Doris. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
Here is Bledsoe. 11 points in the game. Jordan the screen. Off the pick. No good from Bledsoe.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
And Andre Iguodala, guys, one of the most unselfish players in the league. I mean, that unselfishness for me, too, is what was put to a test last season as the former All-Star was asked by his coach, Steve Kerr, to come off the bench for the Warriors. And you know what? He did it without complaint, putting the team first.
And the first one drops. And for Iguodala, some have said he's unselfish, Clark, to a fault.
Yeah, and a great athlete and ball handler. I think he could be much more aggressive looking to attack off the dribble. He's really unique, though, a player who puts his emphasis on the defensive end and does a really good job at that end of the floor.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Golden State. Good on both. And for Andre Iguodala, last year was a first in 758 games. Up until then, he had not once ever come off the bench.
Yeah, he had been a starter throughout his 10-year career, every single game, Kevin. And last year he came off the bench in every game. Big adjustment for the veteran, but he made it well.
And, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Spates, and the layup's good off the glass. Spates has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
And getting back to Iguodala last season, not only did he come off the bench for the first time ever, but he really thrived in doing so. Playing the fewest minutes per game of his career, he was able to avoid some of the nagging injuries that had plagued him in the past. And so he could stick around to help the Warriors assemble that franchise record of 67 wins last season.
The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe.
For Iguodala at this point in his career, it's just about winning. He's had a couple of large contracts. He's made multiple All-Star teams, but now it's about rings for him. And he got one.
Now here's Barnes. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. To the paint, trying to find Green. He's got it now. With the shot. And that one comes up a bit short. Los Angeles leading by 17. And George, here we go. Outside for Jordan. Now Iguodala. He's got 8. He dishes it to Thompson. Bledsoe against Barnes. That drops. Barnes has got his first bucket of the night.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Bledsoe with it. 14 points for him. On the wing, George. The tray. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. The Warriors, number 1.
Do they love to run? I mean, nobody did it better. They would get out in the lanes and push the ball even after makes.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
And the Warriors making a change here. Barbosa's checked in. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for Thompson. He had a strong showing last season. Averaged 21 points a game, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And every team in the league needs shooting. That's what he brings coming off the pine.
Yeah, there's always a demand for shooters, man. Half jumper will travel, I'm telling you. Most championship teams, they have a bunch of those guys who can put it in the basket.
Ibaka with a screen on Barbosa. Los Angeles with another miss. And Doc Rivers passed the 700-win mark as a coach last season. He's climbing the ladder in career wins.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know that Doc oftentimes gets enough credit for the type of coach he is. I mean, as a coach, he is well over 500 in terms of his career win percentage. And how about over 500 in playoff games as well? And great effort on the boards, and what a move.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pumpkin.
Now, here is George. Harrison Barnes missing his last shot. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be, he's not making that one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
4 on the shot clock. Near the three-point line, it's Bledsoe. Barnes grabs the miss.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short-stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Los Angeles leading by 17. And George with the stuff.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Now here's Spates. 8 points for him. He feeds it to Thompson. And that one hits back iron.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, I mean, deterred them from those plans.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Bogut comes in for Maurice Spates. And West subs in for Draymond Green. And then for the Clippers, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Smith comes in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. That's good. Barnes has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Screen by Ibaka. Jackson kicks to Batum. Pass to Ibaka. There's the pick. Shoots off the screen. Shot is off. And Golden State will go the other way with it. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Barnes passes to Bogut. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Jump shot is good. Thompson's got 11.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how dominant the Warriors were last season. My favorite is, G8, their point differential.
You know, to be able to beat your opponent by double digits on average is something only 8 teams have been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing. Bargnani is checked in for Serge Ibaka. Los Angeles on D after the made shot from Klay Thompson. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. 13 points in the game.
He's really stepped it up this quarter. Looks like he's determined to get them out of this hole all by himself.
Thompson against Jackson. Kicks to Smith. Back to Jackson. Pulls up on the wing. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And it's 7 points for Reggie Jackson.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Now here's Leonard. 20 points for him. Got a hand on it. Now here is Barbosa. Shot on the wing. That one bounces around and comes back out.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Here's Bargnani with the 3.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall. And Nicholas Batum injuring his wrist last season, he was pushed in the back by Larry Sanders on a dunk and went down hard.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. We saw that wrist bother Batum all season long. His shooting numbers down drastically. Clark, a major blow for him.
And you know what? The league might have to look at that. I mean, Sanders got a 1-game suspension, but is that really enough to discourage that kind of reckless foul? It's a thin line, but I think it's worth a further look.
And the Clippers not known for being an outside shooting team, but they take a large amount of deep mid-range 2s as well as their fair share of 3s.
Now here's Curry. 12 points for him. Outside Jackson. The dish to Leonard. Count the bucket. Leonard's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, if you're going to give them layups, there's no way you're going to get back in this game.
Out to the wing. And here's Barnes for 3. It's rebounded by Bargnani. Bargnani's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Smith. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Clippers on top. They lead by 18. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. Welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Clippers leading by 18. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, they've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Smith, and it's Bledsoe in at the 1 spot. Now here's Leonard. Jordan kicks to Bledsoe. 6 on the shot clock. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Green with a screen for Iguodala. Fires the 3. The rebound by Paul George.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Now Bledsoe after the missed 3 from Iguodala. No good from Bledsoe. George against Curry. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. It's off target. He's 4 of 9 from the field. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his first foul.
You look at the turnover situation, guys, and it's not been that bad. Just a handful, and when you take care of the ball like that, that can help you build a lead.
The Warriors making a switch here. Spates has checked in, and Los Angeles making a change here as well. Serge Ibaka has checked in for J.R. Smith. Iguodala outside. Dishes it to Thompson. And again, no good by Golden State. Los Angeles leading by 20. And here's George for 3. Here's Leonard. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Clippers were so strong on the road last season. They led the league, Clark, in field goal percentage while on the road, and actually they scored more points away from Staples than in it.
Especially down the stretch, Kevin. I mean, they finished the regular season with 8 straight road wins to get home court advantage in the first round. Superb.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
That doesn't go either for George.
And the Clippers with those 8 road wins at the end, you mentioned, that pushed their road record to 26-15. That was second best in the league. It also set a franchise high for road wins.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was. You know, what's amazing about the Clippers on the road last year, guys, was the context. I mean, they had a bunch of back-to-back games and went 16-4 on the back end of back-to-backs. 11 of those came on the road.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Thompson with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Thompson with the bucket.
I tell you what, fellas, he loves those mid-range jumpers. I mean, that's where he makes his money.
Clippers leading by 19. Bledsoe outside. George dishes to Ibaka. Here's Leonard. Soft touch off the glass. Leonard's got 13 points in the second half.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Thompson outside.
You know, one thing we saw a lot of last season during the playoffs was the hack-a-shack plan, pretty much purposely fouling a poor free throw shooter. A lot of differing opinions on it, as it wasn't fun to watch for the viewers, but many feel it's a legitimate part of the game if it works.
Now here's Bledsoe following the miss by Draymond Green. Ibaka, the pass to Bledsoe. He kicks to Jordan. 8 feet away. Outside, George takes a three, and that one's good.
And they're going to have a hard time climbing back into this game if they continue to defend like that.
Outside, Curry. Feeds it to Thompson. The three, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got assist number 7 for him tonight. And guys, Serge Ibaka's production was just a little off last season. We're not talking, big number changes. We're talking small dips in a number of categories.
Well, one category where he did really fall off, though, Kevin, was field goal percentage. A career 53% shooter, he dropped down to 47.
Clippers leading by 21. Bledsoe kicks to Jordan. Screen by Ibaka. Leonard against Iguodala. Leonard, no luck.
And getting back to Ibaka, everything changed for him the minute Kevin Durant was lost last season. I mean, defenses could focus on him, and he was the Thunder's only front court scoring threat. And as much as he's improved on offense, he still has neither the flexibility nor skill set to be a guy that can be considered a first or second option offensively.
Right call. Gave the officials no choice there. I mean, they've got to make that call over the back.
Yeah, I mean, he went chest first into the man in front of him. My goodness, I'm not an official, and I could have gotten that one right.
Now, here's George. Outside Leonard. Misses off the right iron.
Talking about Ibaka, last season was good for his growth. I mean, he got a taste of what it's like to be the first or second scoring option rather than an afterthought. Now it's up to him to take that experience and convert it into improvement.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Now here's Jordan. And here's Leonard. Jordan the screen. Leonard dishes to Bledsoe. Just 5 on the clock. Shot off the pick. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Iguodala kicks to Green. No good on the triple.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Jordan the screen. And George, here we go.
No doubt last year a bit of a loss for Paul George. I mean, had to sit out most of it after that gruesome leg injury in the Team USA scrimmage.
He has 2.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from George.
Looking at the game for George, he's got 14 points, and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
This is really production personified from long range.
And George drops them both.
Well, with the season the Warriors put together, they came out way ahead of everybody else in the West. I mean, given how tough the West was last year, that makes their 67-win season all the more impressive. One of the best in history in my mind.
Warriors took apart the West last season. They went 42-10 against the rest of the conference. The games between them and second place in the West were the same as the games between second place and 8th in the West.
And the Warriors didn't just pick on the little guys. I mean, they had big wins over the top teams in the West. Against the rest of the playoff teams, the Warriors were a whopping 20-5.
And that one misses.
Yeah, the NBA Development League now celebrating its 15th anniversary and a lot of change over that time. None of the original 8 teams still playing in their original locations. Still, it's only growing. I think we'll see it grow to 30 teams before long.
And the second free throw, good. Greg, you're talking about the D-League. Not really a moneymaker yet, but it's really benefited, Clark, the NBA in so many ways.
Clearly has, Kevin, a place to train new players, officials, and executives or management, a way to test out possible rule changes. I think building revenue is the focus, though, and the players make a small salary, but the NBA Developmental League is helping the NBA be better.
Leonard. It's rebounded by Golden State. Curry with it. Now guarded by Bledsoe. Back to Curry. Some nice passing by Golden State here. For three. Again, Curry missing. Los Angeles leading by 20. George up top. Guarded by Curry. George with the bucket.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Clark, one thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Greg enjoys that too.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Checking out the game Andre Iguodala is having. He has 8 points, and he's created a lot of chances for his teammates also.
And Clark, some of those assists that he's gotten today have been just electric.
At the line for the Warriors.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Clippers.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
And he makes the first.
You know, guys, coaching in the NBA is not for the faint of heart. Very little job security. I mean, in essence, you get hired to be fired. Let's face it, it's hard to make a bunch of millionaires do what you tell them to when they might be around longer than you will.
And both free throws good for Iguodala. And speaking of coaching, sometimes you'll hear that the coach lost the team. When that happens, is that it, Clark? What's your read on it?
You know, I don't quite buy that. I think it's really rare. Winning can cover up a lot of things, and ultimately it does come down to that, being able to smooth out the rough spots, and winning is the best elixir for that.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. Outside Curry. Iguodala left side. Spates kicks to Thompson. And the pass to Iguodala. Just 4 to shoot. And it's Iguodala again missing.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
Offensive rebound. Here's Jordan. And he uses the glass on the layup.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Now here's Curry. Pass to Thompson. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Foy from long range. It's rebounded by Golden State. Green's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Curry kicks to Thompson. Count that one. Thompson's got 17 now, just in the second half.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
The drive by Jackson. Iguodala with the steal. By himself. Hammers it in after taking it the length of the floor.
How's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, no hesitation at all taking that one to the basket. Beautifully done.
Here's Jackson. Outside, George.
Well, it seems like this is something we've said quite a bit the last few years, but now we really feel like we're in a golden age for point guards. So many point guards on so many teams are the leaders and best players on their teams. You can name a dozen all-star level point guards in the league right now.
To illustrate just how strong the point guard position is right now, Greg, in the NBA, just take a look at the point guards who did not make the all-star team a season ago. Wow.
You know, in both conferences, it's almost as if we're in the midst of a point guard renaissance for the NBA. I mean, MVP Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, CP3 out west, John Wall, Kyrie Irving in the East. Boy, I could go on and on with the great players at that position.
You know, if you're looking to build a small forward and there wasn't a LeBron James template, you might go with PG, Paul George. Height, length, athleticism, that combination off the charts with him. And he's got a nice, unflappable demeanor, too.
The Warriors shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Curry passes to Bogut. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Just too dominant in the low post to let him have the ball in that close.
Really simple opportunity for him. I mean, that's his bread and butter there.
Yeah, talking about Paul George, a big part of his dominance, his attitude. He doesn't yell or pump his fist. He's really the quiet assassin.
Yeah, once he maxes out in the weight room, which he will, now that he's in his mid-20s, I think he's going to be an Adonis. I mean, exactly the kind of physique you're looking for in a prototype at the small forward.
And Jackson gets it to go.
And, Clark, that's really deflating for a team to cough up the ball and have it turn into points immediately on the other end.
You know, Greg, it feels like giving up two baskets, the one you didn't get and then the one you allow the opponent to get.
Here's Iguodala following the score by Reggie Jackson. And the shot is good. 14 points for Iguodala. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Clippers.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
No surprise here, just a big-time performance for Kawhi Leonard. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
No good from Bargnani. Here's Golden State now. Livingston kicks to Barnes from 10 feet out. Here's West, and Aldridge sends it back. Now 4. This one for 3, and the basket good.
And the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way things turned out today.
Well, Greg, this was a well-deserved win. I mean, they came into this building and acted like it was their home turf. I mean, they were the ones calling the shots and controlling everything.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Just 5 to shoot. West dishes to Barbosa. From deep, the long distance 3 is buried. So the Clippers winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Paul, congratulations on the win. What did you have to be conscious of coming into tonight's game?
I mean, we knew this is a team that you can't, take for granted. They play hard.
So we had to, step it up, execute offensively, and, stop them from scoring.
All good things. Paul, thank you so much. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard. What'd you think, Kenny?
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways. That was a player at the absolute top of his game. It's hard to imagine someone being any more dominant than he was tonight.
Well, everyone wanted to come play hard tonight, but I thought the job he did was remarkable. The defending champs do not go down easily. It was an impressive performance to beat them tonight. I must say I'm very impressed. But he kept at it, both ends of the floor, shouldering the scoring load. He was on his game.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.